Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the Giver's Toolkit. At least that's what I like to call it. You know, it's the resources and the strategies that show you how you can unlock your gifts and amplify your impact and really start to transform your relationships that you have. Now, if you've ever wondered how you could take your gifts and your superpowers and make them work for you and for the world, then you're in the right place. So I invite you to stick around because I want to share with you these 8 actionable principles and tools that are designed to help you to accelerate your journey towards becoming a giver and using the giver method. Now, these strategies, they're going to show you how you can discover your unique gifts, amplify that influence, and create those deeper, more meaningful connections. It's the same strategies I would walk you through if you were sitting here in my office with me and I was coaching you one-on-one. So I want to pack them with as much value as I can as a part of that. So maybe you've already felt that spark that you're wanting to do more, but you don't know where to start. Or perhaps maybe you've already embraced the giver method, but you want to now start to take your impact to the next level. Whether you're, at the starting point, this or moving forward, like this video is going to provide you those resources and insights to amplify giving and make make an extraordinary difference in other people's lives. Now, my name is Jake Talbert. I'm the founder and author of the book that is called The Giver Method. I keep referring to this idea of the Giver Method. GIVER is an acronym designed to help people to discover and develop their gifts and superpowers so they can provide more value to those in their sphere of influence and make every engagement, interaction, discussion as effective and eager as possible so that they can unlock who they're meant to be, have those deeper, more meaningful relationships, and really invite the universe to pay them back. Now, the book itself, it is an Amazon bestseller. It's available on Amazon. It's available on Barnes & Noble and a bunch of other websites around the world that I just found out about. So I'll put the link to the Amazon book purchase. I highly recommend that you go grab yourself a copy, whether you pause the video, go do it right now and come back and watch it, or do it at the end of the video. Either way, I'll put the link in the description. I believe that it will change your life, transform your life, make you have the best year of your life here in 2025, but also just really make everything start to evolve for you so that you can show up better, you can transform lives through generosity, and really make that impact you want to make. Now, today, I want to take you through a journey that isn't just about tools, but it really is about how you take those tools and transform your life with it. Together, I want to explore how you can use your gifts to create that ripple effect of generosity and fulfillment. Now, of course, before we dive in, if you're new here and you haven't already subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. I don't want you to miss out on any of the content I create about unleashing gifts, creating meaningful impact, or anything else that I choose to record videos on that I think will have a massive impact on your life. I promise you every video will be packed full of tons of value, so I highly recommend, sign up for the notifications, ring the bell, all that type of stuff. So each one of these things, like I said, there will be action items. I highly recommend you grab a piece of paper, open up a note, jot down your thoughts as we go, because although it is great that you're watching this video, the real impact really starts to come when you start to put those in motion. So pause the video if you need to and go do that, because I want you to get the most impact of this that you can. Once you're ready, you're going to come back and you're going to hit play, and we can now get started without any more delay on any of these things. So the first thing that you want to do, the first principle, step, tool, is all about discovering and developing what your gifts are. When you discover your unique gifts and your unique gifts, this really is where your journey starts on that path towards becoming a giver. These gifts, they really are your superpowers, those innate strengths and abilities that just make you you. They're so unique to you. Often what I found is that they are the things that just come effortless to you, the talents that start to leave you energized and fulfilled when you use them. Yet many people actually struggle to see what their gifts are. They clearly just can't work past whatever it is that they're seeing in themselves because they just feel so natural and ordinary to you. Now, it's like a bird questioning the significance of its ability to fly. It doesn't realize that what it feels is easy could inspire and awe others of, those of us that can't fly like birds can. And the truth is that your gifts become extraordinary when you share them with intention and purpose, and you really power them with the values that you hold dear to your life as you then give them generously. So to uncover your gifts, you want to start by looking for what are the patterns in your life. Reflect on those moments where you just felt alive and engaged, like where you're problem solving or creativity or you're teaching or you're connecting, like really start to come out. Like these moments, they're going to hold clues to what are your strengths. Tools like, you could do journaling can be invaluable as a part of the process. Write about the experiences that were bringing you joy or where you felt like you were operating like in your peak flow, in your best state. And at the same time, you should seek advice from others, friends, family, colleagues. Like they see the strengths more clearly than we can many times, and ask them, like, what do they perceive as your unique talents? Their insights might reveal things that maybe you've taken for granted and not thought about. And so to put this in motion, begin by really just dedicating what's that self-reflection time that you're going to have. How do you start to write out what your gifts are in a journal where you document the experiences and moments where that align the most with your strengths? And each day jot down situations that you felt your best. You're energized, effective, you were super satisfied with what you were doing. Like, was it when you organized a project or comforted a friend or shared an idea that sparked excitement in someone else? Like, you're going to, over time, gather these entries and look for the recurring themes or abilities that stand out. Like, another exercise you can do is to create a timeline highlighting key accomplishments and maybe moments of pride, and then reflect on what were the skills or traits that were at play during those times. This might, this sort of a timeline not only reinforces your awareness to your strengths, but it also connects them with, real world impact, seeing how it maybe has changed the lives of others. And then finally, reach out to maybe 3 trusted friends or family member, people you could go ask, what do you think I'm naturally good at? And then listen without judgment. Their answers really will surprise you or maybe reaffirm what it is that you're thinking. Understanding your gifts matters so much because they do act as that internal compass for you. They guide you towards your decisions you're going to make so that you can feel aligned and fulfilled when you make those decisions. When you understand your strengths, you unlock that potential to really contribute and connect more authentically in more meaningful ways to others. It's the difference between wandering aimlessly and walking a path that just feels illuminated by your purpose. So your gifts, just remember, they're the foundation upon which you build impact. So if you want to do that, you have to start there. And knowing them ensures that every effort is going to be rooted in what makes you you, what makes you so unique. It's essential because it creates that clarity and confidence. Without a deep understanding of what your gifts are, you might spend your energy on pursuits that feel disconnected or unfulfilling. But when you really do embrace these superpowers, you align your life with purpose. It's a way of uncovering gifts, becomes more of a personal journey. It then becomes that source for collective empowerment with others and transformation for others. Now, the second thing is delivering vivid value. I talked about value when I talked about what the GIVER method is. Delivering value is about creating those meaningful, impactful contributions using the gifts that you've now identified. It's about, it's not about the size or the scale of the contribution. It's about the clarity and the intention behind it. When you offer value to others, you connect with them in ways that leave lasting impressions, whether it's through expertise or support or simply showing up when someone needs you. This idea, it's about understanding what others truly need and then just go align your actions with that. The beauty of delivering value lies in the ability to just adapt along the way. It could be as simple as heartfelt compliment or mentoring someone at work, or dedicating time to help a friend through some sort of a situation. Now when you add the concept of vivid value, it makes that contribution so clear and tailored that it resonates deeply with whoever it is that is receiving it from you. Imagine someone struggling with maybe a career decision and you offer that well thought out perspective rooted in your own experience. It goes beyond just that surface level help and creates clarity and trust and deeper connection. Anytime you approach it this way, your gifts become those tools for uplifting others, not just in the moment, but it's going to have that ripple effect out throughout the rest of their lives. So if you want to deliver vivid value, you start by developing, work on your empathy, practice your active listening, and spending the time truly listening and trying to understand the challenges and desires and the goals of those around you. You may need to dive deeper into the questions that you're asking and then shut your mouth when they answer. Pay close attention to their responses and the emotions behind their words. Empathy helps you to see beyond that surface, and it just allows you to tailor these actions and make your contributions just so much more impactful. Once you have a better understanding of what their needs are, you can connect your own strengths, your own insights, whatever that looks like, into a solution or support that aligns with whatever their unique circumstances are. The goal is always to bridge the gap between what you're naturally equipped at to give others as a part of that. Delivering value is it's an important part of taking your gifts and turning them into the tools for connection and growth. It builds trust over time, strengthens those relationships, and as people recognize that you're doing it authentically and sincerely, your effort will continue to meet their needs. It's going to continue to build that trust, which becomes the foundation for the stronger bonds and greater collaboration from others. It amplifies what your influence is. When others see your impact of your actions, they're inspired to reflect on that generosity in their own lives and starts to create that positive ripple effect of growth. It becomes a matter it matters because it reinforces the purpose behind whatever it is that you're giving is. It's not about the recognition or receiving something back. It's about using those unique gifts to uplift others and make meaningful differences in their lives. Like this act, like giving, like when you're giving in this way, it becomes a reminder of your potential and reinforces your alignment with your values. And over time, like the consistent acts of delivering value, like it's going to impact your life. It's going to transform lives around you. It's going to enrich your own journey as you witness the impact of your gifts in action. Now, our third thing is that you want to create effective and eager engagements, those heartfelt, meaningful connections that we're all looking for with those that we're closest to. Like these interactions where both, everyone leaves, that both parties in the conversation feel heard and valued and energized beyond whatever they were in the initial moment. It's more than just the surface level exchanges. It's those, how do we deepen our relationships and create a combined opportunity for growth or collaboration and shared purpose. Effective engagement, it's not about dominating any conversation or impressing someone with your knowledge, but it's about really creating that environment for mutual respect and understanding. When you create that space where people feel comfortable sharing their own thoughts and passions, you're going to open doors to deeper relationships and stronger sense of community. At the core of creating any sort of an eager and effective engagement is the ability to be present and attentive to them. That presence, it communicates that you value them and what they have to say. It's about listening with the intent to understand, not just to respond. And so engaging deeply with others, it's not only a gift to them, but also to yourself, because it allows you to learn, to grow, and to expand your perception, through the experiences that you have with them as a part of that. So, whether you're offering encouragement, whether you're sharing a resource, or simply being fully present, decide on how you can be intentional with engagements so they can be more eager and effective. Like small acts of preparation ensure that, your interactions are purposeful and impactful. The goal isn't perfection, but really let's just show up as authentically as we can and create those effective and eager engagements, because it builds the foundation of trust and collaboration that we're looking for. People, when they feel heard, when they feel valued, they're just going to be more likely to open up to you. I've seen it too many times that, they'll share their ideas, they'll contribute towards a shared vision or goal. Connections, they deepen, these type of connections are going to deepen relationships and create that longer lasting effect. And as others are inspired by, your authenticity and your commitment to, meaningful dialogue, they're going to jump in line with that. Like whether it's in your personal relationships or professional settings or in your community, like effective, eager engagement has the power to really upgrade and transform any ordinary moment into like extraordinary opportunities, where you're able to amplify your impact. Engaging deeply with others allows you to see the world through all the different perspectives that are out there, broadening your understanding and your empathy, and enhances that just ability to connect with others of all sorts of diverse groups and strengthen your influence. It's an art, where you look for the meaningful engagement, and you are not only looking to enrich your own life, but inspire and uplift those around you. Like that just reinforces everything that's inside of the GIVER method as a part of every interaction that you're doing. Now, our fourth one, like I told you, one of the outcomes that we're looking for, the R, is all about relationship riches and how you build relationship riches. So strong relationships are the foundation for any meaningful or impactful life. They are the connections that lift us up when we're having times of difficulty. They celebrate our successes. They provide that fertile ground for personal and, collective growth. Any sort of a bond like this, is not merely just built on based off our proximity to each other or convenience. It's really created through those shared experiences, through mutual respect and consistent care. If you want to see what that looks like in action, go check out the video I did earlier this year on my 19th anniversary. You will see all sorts of those sort of things in motion, because building relationships means that you're actively nurturing the connection, the ones that matter the most to you, but you prioritize the quality over the quantity. It's not just a support system, it's not about just that. It's, how do I inspire and really reach the full potential of the relationship that I'm looking to enhance. Like these relationships are more than just societal ties. They are partnerships in growing and giving. A strong relationship encourages you to be vulnerable, to create more trust. It invites us to work together and have collaboration, whether it's, you could be a mentor for guidance, or a friend for emotional support, a family member for love, community coming together for a shared cause. Like any of these sort of connections, they all amplify your capacity to give and receive, and it creates that positive effect out. As energy and value is exchanged within any relationship, you often extend your influence outward even more. In building relationships and making these relationship riches, it's not difficult. It's not any sort of crazy science or anything along those lines. It is about identifying the key relationships in your life and then reflecting on, gosh, who supported you? Who's inspired you? Who, do you consider how you can strengthen any of those connections you have? Like, it's about just how do you have the intentional time for those relationships? How do you set aside the time to be one-on-one with them? For coffee, on the phone, a heartfelt email. My wife and I talk on the phone every day when I'm driving home from work, just to chat. Even though I'm going to see her in 10 minutes anyways, we still do that. It's a part of what we intentionally do. We go to bed at the same time. Like, there are things we just are committed to having those consistent communications that we have because of the value we put in the relationship and in that communication. And then, of course, when you're doing that, focus on listening deeply during those interactions. Understand the needs and the aspirations, the challenges, of that they could be having. Like, how can you strengthen them? How can they strengthen you? Like, build that trust and deepen that bond. You can also nurture relationships with acts of gratitude, like expressing gratitude in any way, a handwritten note, saying thank you, small gesture. Like, it just reinforces that connection beyond that. Like, when you build relationship riches, like it's gonna have such a transformational impact on your life, because these connections are what really do sustain you through life's challenges and bring the true joy into your life. They provide you emotional support, they broaden perspectives, they really do enrich the experiences that you have as you go through life. They help you to, like, a strong relationship is just going to amplify your ability to give, and it's going to be a trusted network that creates opportunities for just mutual growth. When you invest in those connections, you create a foundation that enables you to extend your impact far beyond you could ever achieve alone. The more quality that you have, the quality of your relationships often mirror the quality of your life. And a life fulfilled with authentic and supportive and joyful connections feels fuller and more purposeful. These relationships, they remind you that you're not alone in the journey. They provide you encouragement when you need it, accountability when you're striving to align your actions with a greater purpose. When you build them and you nurture them, you can inspire others to do the same. Once again, I'm all about creating this ripple effect of positive change. It's not just about the what relationships you give to, what relationships people that when they give to you or you give to them, but it's about finding the way that you can offer to others, and upgrade them and find the way to make their world as best as possible so they can thrive themselves through the genuine connections they have, that they can have shared growth as they go out into the world. Now, our fifth one, we've been talking about it. You got to amplify your influence. And influence is more than just the ability to guide others. It's that art of inspiring them to really embrace their potential and to take more meaningful action. When you are, when your influence is rooted in gifts and values and the things we've been talking about, it carries more authenticity and creates that foundation for positive change. Influence is not just that control or authority, but it's the connection, it's the trust, it's the courage to lead by example. Your unique story that you have, your experiences hold the power to motivate others. And when you amplify your influence, moving beyond just those personal growth, those steps into rather, a role that really creates a collective progress for everyone. Amplifying influence begins, you got to share your story, your journey, the lessons you've learned, the challenges you faced, the growth that you've experienced. That's all a source of inspiration for others. And you can do that through things like public speaking, through making videos, just through conversations with individuals. It also grows when you actively listen and encourage others to share their stories, creating that culture of mutual respect. Identify your core message, reflect on those pivotal moments, write down your experiences so that you can pull on them and draw on them whenever you can, whenever you need to, and then focus on the authenticity of it. As the power of your influence really does lie in your willingness to just be relatable. It's important because it extends your reach and your impact far beyond what any of us could achieve alone. When you inspire others, you create that positive change effect, through generosity, through growth. People you influence will go on to inspire others. It just keeps happening time and time again. Influence will, create that shared sense of purpose and community. And as you inspire, others, they become partners in your mission to create a more meaningful impact. It matters because it transforms your journey into that collective experience where every person you touch becomes a part of that larger movement, as you try to set and put forth that legacy of what you're trying to achieve. And of course, our sixth one is that you're going to be practicing gratitude regularly. You have to practice this. It's more than just a fleeting feeling. It is a practice that reshapes how you view the world and engage with it. It shifts you from it shifts the mindset for you. It enhances your emotional well-being and it strengthens your relationships. When you focus on what you're grateful for, that shift from noticing what you're lacking to what you appreciate, like what you already have. That sort of a gratitude is the bridge that connects you more deeply with others. It creates more trust. It kindles more kindness and mutual respect. It is the power, it's a powerful tool for creating joy and meaning even in the midst of any challenges. The beauty of gratitude is that it is so simple. It doesn't require grand gestures or these great rituals. It thrives in the small moments, the acknowledgments of a kind word through a kind word, like appreciation of a shared meal or savoring a moment of quiet contentment. It's not just about being polite or courteous. It's that intentional recognition of the good in your life and expressing that and recognizing that to others around you. Because gratitude, it's a choice. It's something that you can choose to do. And this week you could commit to just start incorporating that gratitude as a part of your daily routine. You could journal about it, noting things each day that you're grateful for. You could reflect on times where, use reflection time as a way to enhance that as a part of that. Maybe each day you choose a person to express gratitude towards for some reason. You find the reasons to do it. It could be a text, it could be an email, it could be an in-person acknowledgement. As you do this, it regularly, it starts to rewire our mindset into that positivity and that abundance. It helps you to focus on the good and create more resilience, enabling you to really start to move through and navigate challenges with more grace and optimism as you do that. Gratitude's a powerful tool for creating impact. When others feel valued and recognized, they are more likely to extend the same kindness and generosity to others as well. When you practice gratitude, you not only transform your outlook, but the outlooks of the others who around you who are trying to embrace a similar mindset of appreciation. You're looking for that collective energy where we'll amplify your ability to make a difference in the world by turning gratitude into that cornerstone of having an extraordinary life. Now, our seventh one, you have to engage in continuous growth. I don't pretend to know all the things about all these topics. I'm constantly learning and researching, trying to develop more so that I can have as much learning in it to provide resources and value to others on top of what I do with my superpowers, my gifts that I'm trying to get out there. Continuous learning is, the essence of a fulfilled and impactful life. It reflects your outgoing commitment to become the best version of yourself, not only for your own personal gain, but in a way to expand your capacity to contribute meaningfully to those around you. Growth is, about more than just acquiring skills. It's about, how do I deepen my understanding of the world? How do I refine my ability to connect with others? How do I uncover the new ways to use my gifts for, helping out others? This underscores, we got to look at how this idea of growth is a lifelong process, because there is no final destination, only this evolving path of self-improvement and exploration. We're never there. We're always going to be working towards what it is that we're trying to do. When you embrace continuous growth, you can identify the areas where you want to expand your skills and deepen your understanding. You reflect on your passions, your values, the needs of the people or causes you care about. And then as you reflect, it's going to help you to choose, maybe learning opportunities that align with your purpose. Once you identify a focus, just commit to it. Target, how you can do that more and more time. Set aside the time where you could really focus on it. Treat that time as sacred time, as an investment in both yourself and your ability to give to others over time. Growth prevents any sort of stagnation, keeping you engaged and energized in your journey. It really does equip you with these tools and knowledge needed to adapt and change and overcome challenges and really seize opportunities. And so I applaud you for watching the video if you're this far in, because it's clear that you are committed to that you are working towards that growth. And when you invest in your own development, you increase your capacity to serve others as a part of that. Now, the eighth one is you have to celebrate and share your impact. Celebrate the milestones as you get them. It's an important part of the journey. Like, it's an acknowledgement of the effort and the growth and the progress that you've made, and it reinforces the significance of your contributions. Celebrations don't have to be these grand gestures. They can be if you want them to be, but they don't have to be. They can be those quiet moments of gratitude or personal reflection. When you celebrate in this sort of way, it acts as a reminder that even with small victories, like, they matter. You got to be consistent in your efforts and build towards something more meaningful. People aren't overnight successes, so we have to celebrate all the small steps along the way. And then, of course, when you share that with others, you're now going beyond the self-reflection. It really does start to take your journey and make it into that, once again, that source of inspiration and impact and influence. Whether you tell a friend about the experience you had, or share the story social media, or you speak to a group about, how you're looking to create that ripple effect, you really do start to encourage others to deepen their own journey. That transparency in shared lessons and how you overcame challenges and successes achieved, like, it invites others to look at things that are possible and join you in that creating the positive difference, within their own lives. Sharing impact will always amplify your reach, of who you can touch, how you can help others. When you hear stories, like, they could be inspired. You could hear stories that could be inspiring themselves. So you could look for the ways that it creates the ripple effect of multiple effects over time. Like, just whatever the stories are, the things that you can share out, because oftentimes givers struggle to share and to celebrate those wins out loud. But your vulnerability to share the highs or the lows of the journey, it humanizes you. It humanizes that act of giving you have. It makes it more relatable, makes it more accessible to those who may feel intimidated with the idea of even trying to change themselves. The idea, this is all grounded in what the GIVER method teaches. How do you transform your personal victories into a shared legacy of generosity and connection that others could build off of? Now, the GIVER's Toolkit, like I said, it's a roadmap. It's designed to be something that can unlock your gifts and amplify impact, and how we upgrade those relationships and transform them. It's not about grand gestures. It's those small intentional acts that align with your purpose and values. When you embrace these sort of ideas and these tools, you create that life fulfilled with meaning and connection and gosh, just fulfillment, I guess, is the best way of putting it. Remember, you don't have to implement everything at once. Start with maybe just one principle that resonated with you and start there and build from there. Each small step towards any sort of intentional giving creates that positive change for both your life and the life of those around you. Now, if you're ready to dive deeper into that sort of idea, like I said, I'll put the link down in the description for you to go get the GIVER method. I highly recommend you get it. Maybe you need to buy it for somebody else. Maybe buy a couple copies. Whatever, it's totally up to you. It's your complete guide for unlocking superpowers, creating more meaningful impact, kind of diving deeper into the concepts we talked about today, as well as other concepts on the channel. If you didn't already, subscribe, like the video. I'll put the links in the description to Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, or thegivermethod.com, so you can get on our newsletter list. You can check out ways that we could work together, things like that. If this video has helped you, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone else that might need it. Leave the comment below, like, go ahead and say which principle resonated with you, or how you plan to implement one of them as a part of your journey. And with that, I'll just say, until next time, please keep growing and keep giving. And remember that your gifts are exactly what someone else needs right now. The world is waiting for you to deliver them. So step into who you're meant to be, and make that deeper, more meaningful impact in those deeper relationships by giving your gifts and superpowers to the people that need them. Invite the universe to pay you back when you do that. I promise you'll see all sorts of great results and great relationship riches from it. And so with that, have a great rest of your day. We will catch you in our next video.